So today's question is about which nonprofits I'm working with. And this is going to be a several part video series because I'm only going to talk about one today, which is the one that I actually founded. I had just graduated with my PhD in psychology, and I wanted to continue to do my research. I'm a comparative psychologist and I work with animals. And I found out that it was very difficult to do that if you weren't affiliated with a university or with another nonprofit. And the reason for this is that that money doesn't actually belong to the researcher. It belongs to the institution, and that money is to carry out the mission of that organization or institution. So it doesn't actually belong to the researcher. That's not their personal money or anything like that. So there are a few other solutions. One is for a researcher to start their own nonprofit just to fund their specific research. And this is kind of a lot of trouble, a lot of work, and a lot of costs just to do this and then to maintain it. The other option is an option that's used by other charities, and this is called fiscal sponsorship. And this is where an existing nonprofit with a similar mission is able to sponsor another project that would have been an independent nonprofit, and maybe they just haven't they're just in startup phases, they haven't gotten established yet, or maybe that's the arrangement that they want to have in order to kind of lower their overhead costs and keep things streamlined so that they can focus on their mission. There are organizations and nonprofits out there that are set up to provide these fiscal sponsorship arrangements to other types of nonprofits, like those in the arts or in education, but I couldn't find that anywhere for research. So when I created this nonprofit, this was the goal of it, to create a place, a nonprofit where other researchers could go to form a fiscal sponsorship arrangement so that they could operate independently as a product, raise money, take in grants, and be able to operate. In 2018, I decided to found this nonprofit, the Coalition for the Advancement of Scientific Research, and we abbreviate that CASR. So that is what you're seeing here. So CASR currently just has a Facebook page, and this is what it looks like. We haven't really advertised this publicly or anything, so that's why there's only 11 likes. So if you guys want to go in and find this and like it, that would be really great to know that other people know what this is now and can follow it. So currently, my research project, which is called the Rough Tooth Project, is working through the Coalition for the Advancement of Scientific Research as its fiscal sponsor. So CASR is technically the nonprofit, and the Rough Tooth Project is considered a project under the main nonprofit. So the Rough Tooth Project is being fiscally sponsored by CASR. And that's the setup that it would be for other researchers as well. So that every researcher doesn't have to go through that process of setting up their own nonprofit just so that they can, hold fundraisers occasionally and try to keep up funds or keep equipment that will stay with them. Instead, they can just join CASR as a project with CASR as the fiscal sponsor, and then they can operate that way and have a little bit more reliability with and security, knowing that the equipment that they purchase through there will stay with them and carry with them even if they change careers or change actual job locations where they're employed. That equipment can stay with them, which was the problem before now. Also, this is really fun. So on Facebook, since this is a nonprofit now, if I want to raise money for my project, like the Rough Tooth Project, then anybody can actually do that and support the Rough Tooth Project. So you can do like a birthday fundraiser, and when you go through that list of charities to support, the Coalition for the Advancement of Scientific Research will actually show up in that list, and you can choose it and choose to support that as your birthday fundraiser or any type of fundraiser you want to run to support us. So that's another really good option that's available for all of the researchers who join into this program or develop projects through CASR. So even though we were founded in 2018, right now I'm still working on getting all of the documents and the policies and procedures in place and getting those legally approved, or getting legal advice on those before we can start accepting other researchers to start their own projects. And I would be so happy and excited for us to be able to take on other projects and it be more than just the Rough Tooth Project, because this is a really big idea that can help a lot of people. And just getting it through these beginning stages, I think once we're past that point, then it's going to really take off from there and help a lot of people. And help science be conducted and be in a less restrictive environment than it currently is for that. So if you're wondering what's the holdup with all of this, why is that not happening? Well, as soon as I filed for the nonprofit status, just a few weeks after that was actually awarded, I got a full-time job as a professor. So that kind of took up a lot of the time that I would have spent on getting this done, and I've been able to work on it here and there, but I haven't been able to finalize all of that. Also, working with lawyers is really, really expensive, and so far I've been putting my own money into this. We also had a really generous donation that helped fund most of the legal costs so far. But if we have another round of reviews, it's going to cost more, and we probably need support before we can go into that. We also really need volunteers and more people who are really interested in supporting this and actively playing a role in it to get it going. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. We don't have a website yet or anything because we really weren't ready to launch this, because that legal work really needed to get done first, which means all the policies need to be reviewed and hashed out. We need a little bit more input on those. So anybody interested in actually joining CASR as a project, it'd be great to work with you and see what you think of these policies, and then get legal approval for them, and then be able to kind of start experimenting with different researchers who maybe have not been satisfied in the past about the way that they can operate or can't operate, and the things that they wish they could do. So this is supposed to be a solution for those people, those researchers, and we would love to have more help and input from people who this might serve. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please contact us and let us know if you have any questions about it.